he said it was something. Okay? So, it is impossible that you're ever going to have something which is limited, that is not dependent. Yeah? In the same way we said to human beings, the very fact that limited, say, in size, shape, dynamics, everything about them, they have to be dependent upon something else to come into existence. Okay? Everyone agree with me on that premise? Good. Now, moving forward, so we've agreed that man, life, universe all have two common attributes. What are the two common attributes? Limited and dependent. Okay? So if everything is limited and dependent, there are a few conclusions that we can possibly come to. Okay? So the first one that I put to you, okay, we'll just list the conclusions here. Okay? So the first conclusion I will put to you is chicken or the egg, which one came first?
Chicken.
Something came first.
Huh?
Something came first.
Something came first. Some people will say to you, and they call it something called cyclic regression. All it means is that we have a circle, chicken, egg, chicken, egg, chicken, egg, chicken, egg, chicken, egg, chicken, egg. Okay?
But without the chicken, there will not be an egg.
But without the egg, there's no chicken.
But the chicken is the source.
But the egg is the source of the chicken. Okay? So, just at this point, okay, in something called, they call it, okay, the technical term for it is, we also see it on something like the water cycle. Everyone knows the water cycle, yeah? We've got battle and need, okay, you have water, water evaporates, yeah, turns into clouds, clouds build, tension builds, and we get bubbles, yeah? So some people will say that we're just stuck in a cyclic regression. How you would argue that is by simply stating two things. Number one is the fact that we've agreed that even the chicken and the egg are both limited and dependent, okay? Which meant that whichever came into existence, is quite a simple point, whichever came into existence from the initial offset, okay, had to have been put into existence from something external to that process, okay? So, if this is the cycle that we have, something from the outside must have started the process. And that is just a very simple way. So itself, even though it's proposed, the question is probably a problem itself. Okay? So that itself doesn't negate whether God exists or not. We still fundamentally say both things are limited and dependent and therefore require something external to have started the process. Does that make sense for people? Everyone with me? Yes? Sisters? Okay. Number two. Okay? Number two would be is that people believe that there's potentially an infinite chain back. Okay? So someone will say to you, okay, where did you come from? Where did you come from? Yes. So when you were born, where did you come from? You as a human being, where were you formed from? Exactly. Okay. After your mother and father, where did they come from? From grandmother and grandfather. Okay. Jad and Jadda. Okay. Where do your Jad and Jadda come from? How do you say great? Yeah. They will say that the chain keeps going back forever. Okay, so they'll say what? So that's you here, yeah? This is Muhammad, okay? He came from his parents, grandparents, etc., etc. Somewhere down here we had the Big Bang. Through here we possibly had evolution, okay? Here we have, they can say two things. But they keep going back, they will keep finding reasons to go back. Okay, so they will say here, maybe as an example, they will say, has anyone heard of the multiverse theory? Okay, so we want to find out what started.
I don't understand
I'll explain, that's right. We want to take them back and say that, look, if everything is limited and dependent, okay, it cannot have come into existence by itself. Okay? What they will say is they will keep finding ways to keep going back. Okay? So first they will start by saying, okay, evolution. That explains the origin of human beings. Then they will go back to the Big Bang and they'll say there were certain atmospheric conditions that led to the colliding of matter and that led to the origin of human beings. If you go back there, you will find from scientists usually a couple of categories. And obviously it's a detailed discussion, but some will say that we don't know, quantum singularity. Some will say multiverse theory. So they say that the way that our universe started, like the Big Bang, they will say that there was a universe that existed before it. And that universe was dependent on the universe before it. And that universe was dependent on the universe before it. Now Anthony Flew, who's a famous atheist like Lawrence Krauss, Christopher Hitchens, he wrote a book saying there is a God. So he became a Christian after a long time of being a strong atheist, mulhid. And in his book, he says, this is a 5-year-old argument. Like a baby, 5-year-old, will give you this argument. Why? Because he said you can't explain the origin of one universe, but you're adding 10 more onto it. Okay? So, the key thing which they still not answered is what started this chain of limited and dependent events. Okay? Now, I'll be sending some literature and things out, etc., with the PowerPoint as well, and I'll pass it through Mamdouh. But key thing is that it still doesn't answer the question of the origin of the universe. Okay? Final 2 points is 2 gods, and then 4 is ours. Okay? People say there could potentially be 2 gods. Okay? There could be multiple gods. That's another conversation people will say, but whichever God has a stronger will be the more powerful, and the second will be dependent on him. And therefore, by default, the idea of 2 gods, it doesn't make any sense. Okay? And I think Hans also gives a nice example. He simply says, if you've got a pen here, okay, I want it here, take it back. He wants it there. Okay? It's either going to be there or here. Whoever has the stronger will, then he is the God, the actual God. Okay? The final one, what we would say, we would simply say that all the